Living like the president, but I can't vote, boy. Picked him out from miles away, he in my scope, boy. How you speaking on my name and making no noise?
Let's get into this trial. Are you up to speed on Govan and the trial?
Which trial is it?
The Young Dolph trial.
Let's go.
Hold on, Crypto Jeezy.
Okay, so for the people that executed the hit on Young Dolph, how do you feel inmates look up on people that created some type of high-profile case, execution like that?
Oh, you know, they're gonna pay for that. That when that's a terror. Them are labeled as terrorists now. You know what I'm saying? You can be labeled a terrorist when you do shit like that. When it's 1, 2, 3 more people together, and y'all go out and commit a crime as such, and you probably you a terrorist. I hate to see Young Dolph laying out there stretched in that street. I hate to see Big Jug laying out there stretched in that street. I hate to see Mo 3 laid out there stretched out in that street, man. I hate to see Nipsey Hussle laid out there stretched out in that street. But let me tell you something about them lives. Them the lives that they live. That's what come with they bag. I had to learn one thing in life when I first seen my partner get his brains blowed out in front of me. I either gonna become a man, I'm gonna run from this shit. I'm gonna get my life together, I'm gonna leave these streets. Tell my crib. I had a little partner. We went to Job Corps together. He was a good little homie. His name was Freddy Garrett. We called him Pothead. We went to school ever since I was in the 6th grade. We ended up going to Job Corps together. When I say I ran away from home because I couldn't get in trouble no more about that gun, that's why I left Job and went to Job Corps with it. He said, I'm going to Job Corps. I went and got me a job. I went to Job Corps. He told me, man, we're going to get out here, we're going to get us a trade, get us in. I said, okay, let's get me out. But to make a long story short, I took Job Corps and there wasn't nothing but another institution I enrolled myself in. I enrolled myself in the institution thinking I was going somewhere good, like some of y'all do when you go to the Air Force, Navy, and the Marines. You understand me? You roll yourself in your own institution. But when I went down, I ended up getting myself in a lot of bad trouble in Job Corps. I ended up throwing, I did some, as a young nigga would do, following older guys that don't lead you the right way. They used to have a thing called blanket parties every Friday. Every Friday, you're going to get that blanket. All the new people that come through the week, get ready for blanket party Friday. I mean, when you go in there and go to sleep, they're going to come throw the blanket on your head and everybody gets... That should have been a jump-in initiation. Well, this time they had a guy that didn't want to shower and shave. He was real stinky in his bed. And so they set me up to throw water on him while he was asleep. But one thing they didn't tell me that they had got the hot water at the furnace. That's what they didn't tell me. They bring the bucket down the house and say, oh, dash him. I went in and I dashed and come to find out the dude that had so many burns on him, it fucked him off. Well, my partner took the charge for me. I said, Freddie, no, don't do that, man. I said, I'm going to get in trouble. He said, no, you ain't just going to get in trouble. You going to go to jail, too. I said, I ain't tripping, man. I did, but see, they set me up. That's how niggas will play you out of pocket like a pawn on the chessboard. Give me that. And that's you. And they gonna sit you on the sideline. And when they play, I've been pawned plenty of time and sit on that sideline. But one thing I do understand, I did that, and when I got home, and my partner said, man, just tell them I did it. I said, no, man, they already know I did it. Cause what they did, they locked the whole Job Corps down until they came up with a person that they can press those charges on, and wasn't nobody going home. Nobody going home and nobody leaving this weekend, and you know in trouble. I can't whoop everybody in Job Corps. When they say you can't go home in the weekend, you done missed everybody pass out for the weekend. Somebody better say who did this. My little partner Freddie said, tell them I did it. I said, no, nigga. He said, no, for real, tell them I did it. I want to go home anyway. I'm trying to get out of here. But I don't want you to leave, nigga. Shit, I don't want to tell them you did it. I just take the heat. But then, make a long story short, I told him Freddie did it. Freddie took it for me. They gave him his check, and he went to the house. By the time I got home, Freddie was sitting in him a white Jeep with some gold Lorenzos on it that he paid with his check that he got out of jail. I said, oh, my nigga. I said, you made on and come on that week. I came home the next week. When I got home, I met Freddie after, man, come back to Job Corps, man. He said, man, come out here. And by that time, my little brother had a little old squabble in the park that day. And Freddie said, man, come follow me down to Miller and Raymond. Miller in bed where everybody knows, like the strip where everybody come and park here and everybody be out there on Sunday. pull up, the music jam, he had a little female in the car. And I see my other partner, Sunshine, drive up. Sunshine drove a powder blue Cutlass with a peanut butter rag on top of it. He pulled up, basing hard. But he noticed that my partner, Freddy, had his girl in the back of the car. He walked up to the car, he said, Freddy, he didn't say nothing to the girl. To Freddy, he said, the girl, he said, say, bitch, what you doing? Get out the car, get out the Jeep. So my partner's Freddy, oh, this your girl? I never forget, he leaned the Jeep seat up like this and let her out. She ended up jumping out the Jeep seat on. He said, what you gonna do? You trying to go with him or you trying to go with me? And she told him straight up, I'm gonna go with Freddy because all you gonna do is beat up on a bitch. And he grabbed her by her and drug her and put her in the car. I said, get your ass in the car. He said, so you want to go with that nigga? That's who you want to go with? He walked up to my partner and he said, bah, bah, bah. He blew my partner brains all on the motherfucking windshield. And the nigga that was in the side seat, his name was Victor Scott. He was like, no, man, no. He shot him in his neck. Bam. I never forget. Victor here was just shaking over. He was just, it was a sight that I had never forgot. I tried to grab Freddy and help Freddy get him out the Jeep so he wouldn't bleed. And I took my shirt off and I was trying to wrap his head up. It wasn't doing nothing. When I wrapped his head up, blood started coming out his nose. I said, so I was like, damn, hold his head back. And by that time, blood started bubbling out the top of his mouth. Jumping out like a water faucet, nigga. I said, what the f? Then my homeboy said, man, he dead, man. Leave him. I said, I ain't never known nobody to be dead. I said, nigga, don't be saying that about my motherfucking homeboy, nigga. I wanted to take the gun and shoot the nigga that said that my partner was dead. But that old nigga knew something I didn't know at an early age. I wasn't number still 17 years old. 16, going on 17. And I watched my little partner Freddy die. Well, his blood brains all on the windshield. I had a decision in life to make then. And I felt, I made the wrong decision, but at the time I thought it was the right decision. I said, man, I can get my ass back in church with Mama Neil and stay rooted. I could stay out here in the street this game. Freddie was a GQ boy too. The thing about that was, I felt like if I would have went back to church and he lost his life like that, I would have been a sucker. I just felt like that, but I made a bad decision. I should have ran back to the Lord, but I didn't. I ran to the streets because I didn't want to leave Freddie to be a dead nigga, and I can't do nothing about it. My friend that killed him, that's my friend too. I know and I know dead niggas. I tell people that all the time. I know and I know dead niggas. The dude that killed Freddie, me and him been going to school since 5th grade. That was my buddy, Charles Washington. They called him Sunshine. R.I.P. to Charles and R.I.P. to Freddy Garrett. I know and I know dead niggas, but I know one thing about both of them. Life ain't gonna change or do nothing different. What goes around, comes around. Why did I say that? Make it what?
Make it make sense.
Because confirmation. I'm gonna let this sit there for a minute. Hold on for a minute. I can't, hold on for a minute. Just sit right there, hold on for a minute, cut your mic out, hold on. Okay, but Charles, say you're gonna have to hold on for a minute, how you cut this down? Okay, here.
Can you see me?
Okay, I'm hanging you up, I'm at work. Say, watch this, but the one thing, make it what?
Make it make sense.
Because within a week, Charles Washington was found under Wheelbarger Bridge. Somebody shot him 9 times and left him under the bridge. What goes around, comes around. I had to learn it the hard way. My bad. I tell people that I'm here today because I learned off of other niggas' mistakes. That's why I'm here today. I learned off of, and guess what? The sad thing about it, even gangster and you know, it's hard when somebody gotta die for you to learn something. Hello? Now y'all didn't feel that. I say it's hard that this actually dead for you to learn something. I actually had to die. And guess what? Guess what the sad thing about that was? You know how many niggas done died for me to learn something? Plenty of them.
No, bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. And that's something we need to remember. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. I ain't no nigga bigger than the program.